Hi all, Driving Ninja here and welcome to this week's video. Today I want to show you what happens when GT7 has drivers that like to play fair. This week we are in Daily Race B at the high speed ring. I'll be doing another video on certain things about it later in the week. However, today I want to talk about the nice side of GT7. So let's get started. As you can see here, I start the race in 5th. What I feel is a fairly respectable time of 1 minute 18.8 seconds, which puts me just behind King Bob, who unwittingly becomes the star of this video. Now sit back and hopefully enjoy the video. So far so good in this first lap as we have some nice fair racing. Shame about people ahead using the wall to carry the speed, but I'll go through that in a later video. Unfortunately, however, this is where my race effectively ends as a contest. Just as we come around this last corner, the first lap, I take a slightly lower line and clip the back of King Bob's rear, sending him spinning. Now, you'll see a lot of drivers will just carry on. Knowing that I've effectively ended their race, I have to keep my integrity intact and give him the place back. So, at this point, I thought my race was over. I thought I'd take this time to just try and improve my lap times and get a feel for the track. But little did I know that my race wasn't over yet. Now, as we come onto this penultimate lap, I realised that King Bob had overtaken into P10. That gave me some hope of not finishing last. So, this hunt for P11 was on. This is when I started to think I could actually overtake him. Having to slow slightly so I wouldn't make contact, getting a great run out through the tunnel and into the last corner, using the slipstream to my advantage, I managed to go down the inside. P11 didn't fight it. I was happy with that going into the last lap, a higher chance of not finishing last. My luck was in. P12 had crashed and I was clear. Knowing now that I would not finish last, however, that wasn't the end of it, because as you can see, coming through the tunnel, one driver had just come off of what must have been a fairly long penalty. As we approached this final corner, I felt I needed to be careful, because if he did have a long penalty, then it may have been due to a collision of his own doing. and my suspicions were correct. As I come around the corner and have the speed against P10, just about to overtake as he attempts to cut me off. Luckily to no prevail, and despite a terrible but fair start to the race, I managed to finish top 10, which goes to show no matter how bad the race can be, sometimes you should never quit. This was a nice race, as you saw the good side and the bad side of GT7. I like to play fair, I like to race fair. Others, however, like P10 at the end, tries everything to get that spot no matter what. But despite how that race went, and although I gave the place back, I felt like I still had to apologise directly to King Bob, as I know that I ruined their race. However, King Bob was gracious and accepted it. This is why I feel that GT7 does actually have the best community. Incidents happen, but it's always how you conduct yourself that makes you stand out. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy that, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, where you can see me stream regularly and watch more content like this. I've been Driving Ninja, and I will see you next time. Thank you.